Hello and welcome to The Standpoint. Welcome to September, the month of delivery. How has the year been so far? Well, we are alive. We are healthy. We are strong. And hopefully things can only get better. You know, sometimes when you hit the rock bottom, that is when you can see your way clearer, to see where you can climb up. But anyway, welcome to The Standpoint. My guest today is an amazing young lady who inspires me. Her story will baffle you. I mean, I get people telling me about how much I inspire them, and I motivate them, and their hope and so on and so forth. But this girl, this young lady, also inspires me. I'm amazed at how she's been able to bring together people from across the world on a common platform. Well, you may have whatever you want to say about her platforms, but then she's done it. She's done it. Tell It Moms, Tell It All, and other platforms that she has. You know, she's one that you can describe as beauty with a purpose. She started as a beauty queen, and what she's doing now will amaze you. Will amaze you. I just pray and hope that at the end of the program, you will pick something from her story. You may love her, you may hate her, whatever, but she has a story that we all can benefit from. Don't go anywhere, stay put, and make sure you listen to her. Once again, welcome to The Standpoint. Let me say thank you to GTP for my cloth. This particular part is Adipa Dumas, and then Adipa been chalked here. So Adipa Dumas and then Adipa. You know, thank you so much to GTP, and thank you to Ophelia Crossline Design for beautifully designing it for me. Always making sure I look right on point. And then my makeup beautifully put together by Nax Beauty Studio. I've been telling you that Nax Beauty Studio can give you one-on-one tutorials on how to do your own makeup, or if you're having any event, you're going anywhere, you want her to come and make you up, please call her and she will polish you up nicely. I told you she doesn't paint, she polishes, and it's as naturally beautiful as you want it to be. I fix my hair at Exotic Trends at the Marina Mall, but they have branches all over. We take a break. When we come back, we meet Barbie Newbie. We'll be back. Welcome back to The Standpoint. Yes, I'm sure you're waiting to see my guest today. Well, she gives me a lot of energy, I told you. But before then, let me say thank you to our sponsors and our supporters. We are so grateful to all of them. Casa Precon Royal Drinks and Awake Purified Mineral Water. Thank you so much. Go-Got Yogurt, Juice Time, House of Food, Auntie Vera. I am so grateful to you. Cake Technique, please, we miss you. Come back and sponsor us, okay? Thank you very much. Thank you to Yep Cleaning Services. Listen, whatever cleaning work or job you want to have, contact Yep Cleaning Services and they will do it for you. Our website, www.thestandpoint.com.gh, is powered by a dream oval. Thank you to Kodam's Gifts and Stationery Shop. You can follow me on social media. On Instagram, Ohineyure_Gifty_Auntie. On Facebook, I have my motivational page, Ohineyure Gifty Auntie Oga, or my personal where I do all the crazy stuff is Ohineyure Nana Dansua. On Twitter, I'm not that active on Twitter, but you can follow me and you can follow The Standpoint as well. You subscribe to our YouTube channel is The Standpoint, and our Facebook handle is The Standpoint. So go there, like our page, okay? And turn on the notifications so that anytime something new is coming, you can get hint of it. And I'm going to start my bi-weekly chats, inspirational chats very soon. I do it once a while, but this time I'll see. This month of September, maybe you do it twice a month or something. We'll see how it goes. But hey, today I'm about to celebrate a young lady and get to know her. My guest is Shaida Buari Nubi, or you can call her Barbie Nubi. She is the founder of Serenity Center and co-executive of Enlightening GH. She is also the founder of Tell It Moms and Tell It All. Yes, I know you're sitting up. That's my guest. Good to have you finally.
Thank you for having me. It's it's a real honor to be seated next to our matriarch.
Good. I'm so excited. How long have you been running Tell It Moms?
Okay, so my son is 7 this year, so maybe around 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been 7 years.
And how many people do you have now?
Over 300,000 people on Tell It Moms.
Across the world?
Across the globe. We even have people in Saturn, Uranus, everywhere.
Amazing. So how do you interact with them?
It's difficult. It's a bit challenging because there are so many people and everybody has their unique needs and wants.
We'll get into why you decided to set it up and everything, but I'm just asking, so the people across the world, you know, they are not, some of them non-Ghanaian, there are a lot of them who are not Ghanaians, and how do you interact? Do they send you inbox messages? Do they reach out to you personally sometimes? Okay,
so we have a system. Sometimes they interact with me on my WhatsApp, sometimes it's my inbox. But we also have interzonals. We have zone leaders who make my work very easy because it's a demarcation of little groups in different areas. So we have Team UK, Team Italy, which you visited. Yes. We have some co-groups in Dansuma, so we have Zone 1, Zone 2. We have a few zones that interact with. It makes our work easier, and it's also an easier way to connect with members. I mean, through the WhatsApp group and Telegram and all that. So I guess that aspect makes it easier for us to connect. But you know, sometimes as a founder, you want to reach out and talk to literally, you always want to have that personal interactive moment with that person. But we try. We try. I know you understand where I'm coming from.
Yes, I know. Yeah. And then Tell It All.
Oh my gosh. I honestly, Tell It All started on a very controversial note because we had men creating fake female accounts to join the platform. And we didn't understand, what is it with men? There are some men here, and I would want to understand why men would want to create fake female. We try to throw all kinds of shade. Why? Do you want to become a woman? You know, we try to make them uncomfortable, but they just wanted to know, you know, that feeling of knowing what your sister is doing in a group, in a private group, or what they are learning. Because we were impacting so many women and we're talking about us. It wasn't supposed to be like that. So we decided, hey, since you guys are so interested in what we're doing on Tell It Moms, let's create a platform. We also have Tell It Dads.
Okay.
Yeah, we have Tell It Dads. But they kicked me out of the group because I'm not... Can you imagine? After creating the platform, they kicked me out of the group. And they moved on. They're also doing very well. They're doing extraordinary things. Maybe you should ask our honorable daddy to also join and make an impact on the men.
That's interesting. I didn't know about Tell It Dads. But Shaida, I sometimes confused. I don't know whether to call you Barbie or Barbie. You started as a beauty queen.
Yes.
Which year?
2002.
2002.
Yes.
What made you join or contest to be a beauty queen? And what was the bigger picture for that?
I always say that, I mean, my mom is always like, yeah. She was living vicariously through me. I grew up very shy. I was a tomboy. And my mom was you've met her, very outgoing, stylish, beautiful, stunning woman. And she was doing everything to get me out of my shell. And she kept on pushing me, go and do this. Face of Africa. I actually did Face of Africa first.
Okay.
And I was too young, so I wasn't able. I actually got all the way to the semi-finals, but she literally pushed me to continuously go into competitions and all that, just to boost my confidence. But I didn't really like it because I was a very shy person. But with Miss Ghana, honestly, there was this lady called Evelyn Akoto.
Okay.
I was contesting in some other thing. And then the people, I don't know, she just said, when you saw competition, side 2x4 competition, call Miss Ghana. I was like, please, I'm only doing these competitions because I'm shy and I'm trying to boost my confidence, learn to speak with people. And so competition is not really my thing. She was like, whether it's your thing or not, I'm going to register you for Miss Ghana. So Evelyn Akoto, registered me for Miss Ghana, followed me to my house and said, please, I registered your daughter for Miss Ghana. So
just like that.
And I thought it was a joke until she called me that you're representing Takrad because they had started the whole competition before I joined.
Right.
So they registered me for Miss Takrad Western Region. And then I won. I was like, okay, it's not that, it was quite difficult, but it wasn't that bad. I enjoyed it. And then I went on to the big stage. I met so many people. That was when Gedilai was in charge of Miss Ghana,
right.
Stephanie Addo.
Right.
I met Auntie Reggie Nyantechi.
Right.
They groomed me. It was a nice way to connect with other women. And I got to understand that it wasn't just about being beautiful. It was about making an impact, which I loved. And so I embraced every aspect of it. And long story short, that's how I ended up doing it. It wasn't planned at all. So, yeah.
Then you got lost in the system after 2002. What were you doing?
Miss Ghana was a bit tough for me because, like I said, it wasn't something, I would say it wasn't my scene.
Right.
I like the charity aspect of it, but all the paparazzis and all the stories about this person has done this, and they will always have one story or the other, one lie or the other about it, and I didn't like it. I went back to school. I went back to University of Ghana. I studied clinical psychology. I worked at Kolebu as a clinical therapist.
Yes. Are you serious?
Yes.
I didn't know this.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And then I also did my internship with Professor Dankwa, who passed recently. He actually saw something in me that no one had pointed out.
So you're a clinical psychologist?
Yes, not licensed yet.
You're not licensed?
I'm not licensed, but that's what I studied.
You studied?
Yes, that's what I studied. And because Professor Dankwa took me under his wing, I was able to do some internship with Kolebu.
Okay. And
do my dissertation there as well. So, yeah, that's what I was doing. And then I set up my organization, Serenity Center. We deal with people with mental difficulties, different mental challenges. So we collaborate with clinical psychologists all over the country, around the world. And then when you have a problem, you need a therapist, a counselor.
You know what? I'm just seeing you with a different eye now. Honestly, the clinical psychologist working at the Kolebu thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still thinking, you're talking, I'm looking at you, thinking about imagining her working at Kolebu.
Oh my God, it was
how was that experience? We'll come back to Serenity, but how was that experience working at Kolebu?
It was humbling. It was very humbling.
This beauty queen, tall, beautiful, and all glamorous.
I was in the neurosurgical department because at the time we were doing research on how the brain, location of certain tumors affect people's mental health. And so we're doing research on that. And then I was basically supposed to take care of people who were left to basically go home and make sure their family and other things were in order
before they die.
Yeah.
So people at the
So I was basically dealing with a lot of depressing moments.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of depressing. It was humbling. I'll tell you a very intriguing story. There's this particular guy. He was a mason. He fell from one of their construction sites. And I was asked to go tell him that there's nothing they could do for him. The doctors told me, I was like, why?
Why me?
Why? Because there are other other therapists, there are other people who were more qualified than I was, who could do that. And they were like, no, you go do it. And they just left me there. That day I prayed. And I told him, well, based on the scan and all that, unfortunately, there's nothing the doctors can do for you here. But I believe in God. The guy was like, what are you telling me? Do you know who my God is? You can't come and tell me that. And I agreed with him. But his faith and his belief, do you know this guy is still alive today?
Praise God.
He's still alive today.
Wow.
He's still alive today.
Are you in touch with him?
He sends me a WhatsApp recently to say, hey, they call me Mommy Doctor because I wear a lab coat, but I'm not a doctor. I always say I'm not a doctor, you know. And since that experience, I've always tried to, hey, this is the medical side, but you have your faith. Miracles happen every single day. Sometimes people feel like I'm not in touch with reality because you know the scientific aspect of certain things. And why do you give people false hope? That's what they say. You're giving people false hope. But there's always something. There's always a spiritual aspect to everything that happens on this earth. And I believe that when I saw that particular Ato fully recover, because, you know, his spine had broken so badly. He was on oxygen. This man was literally a vegetable. He was a vegetable, and
did it change something about? In your life?
It did.
That encounter with
it actually did. You know, I've always believed in God. I believe God has a purpose. Has always had a purpose for my life, because everything that I have done, I didn't just wake up to say I'm going to do it. But my mom always has this thing that she says. She said, Shaira, you know, everything you do is blessed. And she used to sing this song to me when I was a little child. Ashaida ebeye adebiara obeye wasase so ashaida ebeye. And so she always takes me back to that moment where she used to sing. She's like, anything you do, God's hand is in there. You can choose to be a clinical psychologist. You can choose to be, a therapist. You could choose to do anything, but as long as you have God, it will be okay.
When are you writing that book? Cheeky.
I started.
And then what? Because you do have a story.
Oh my God.
You have a story and a half. Wow.
Yeah.
Much respect, girl.
Oh, I'm humbled.
Much
Coming
respect.
from you, I'm really humbled.
Listen, I told you that, this young lady gives me so much energy and she inspires me. And trust me, all these things about the educational, the clinical psychologist, and then I didn't know. I didn't know. I'm getting to know for the first time now, But I'm part. I'll sing it. Tell your mom I'll be singing it for my. You will teach me how to do it. We'll be back. Welcome back to The Standpoint. Again, I say thank you to GTP for my cloth. My dress was made for me by Ophelia Crossland Designs. Thank you to Nax Beauty Studio for my makeup, and my hair by Exotic Trends. Ashaida, Shaida. Oh wow! I've always known that your mom is amazing because she's always there to support you. You know, every program you go to. But you've read 15 Nuggets, my book.
Oh yeah.
I talk about the words. Speak the powerful. What we say to our children when they are young. Tell me about growing up.
It was a very interesting upbringing because, my dad was Muslim and my mom was Christian. I have a very strong belief in both religions and the utmost respect for whatever religion you choose. But with us, it was a bit confusing with my siblings and I because my dad wanted us to go to the mosque. So on Fridays, we go to Makaranta and my mom would take us to church on Sunday. It's actually caused a lot of conflict in our home. Eventually, they separated, and then we went to my mom. We started going to church.
Your mom's side, how many are you?
We were 4, but I lost my baby sister when she was about 4.5 years old. Okay. Yes, okay. But so I have 2 siblings, 2 brothers. 2 brothers,
okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, tell me about, so you went to live with your mom, you moved?
Yes, my mom was a single mom at the time. I talk about her all the time and then people are like, why are you always talking? She's somebody who literally inspires me every single day and she's my mentor. I'm not ashamed to say that. She's my mentor. She's a very strong woman. She raised us single-handedly, instilled some very solid principles in us. I remember when she started her business, in the trunk of her car, she was selling fabrics, and I was her first employee. I took so much pride in that experience. That was my first job. My first ever job was to be a sales girl. And I was so proud of it because when my mom comes and I tell her, I sold this, that, she's like, what? Eventually she got a shop at Jolu. She started, she's still doing very, very well.
What's the name of her shop?
Mirabelle's Fabric Sense.
Oh, okay.
Yes, at Jolu.
That's for your mom?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she sells exclusive laces. So she managed to.
I know the place, yeah. You have siblings, siblings.
I do.
You have a relationship with them?
I do have a relationship with them. Now everybody's older,
Right.
Everybody's all over the world, everybody's like living their lives. So we do have a good relationship. We have a WhatsApp group.
Oh, okay.
That helps.
Okay,
Yeah,
indeed.
yeah.
That helps.
It helps a lot.
Interesting. So let me take you back to the Serenity.
Okay.
What made you start that?
Mental health in this part of the world is a bit, it needs a lot of work. A lot of people attribute mental health to spirituality or some curses. They feel somebody had cursed the person, or they feel fear their village god. They have their different ways of viewing mental health. And in as much as, yes, I believe that there are different aspects when it comes. Honestly, I had some very scary experiences. There was this patients of ours. I always give them like treats. Anytime they are well behaved or they don't throw a tantrum. So I always take them to the salon and make sure they do get their hair fixed and everything. This particular patient, anytime she has an episode, she has a cross. Her parents gave her a cross. And anytime she had an episode, she didn't have that cross on. And it was a bit scary. Now, I don't want to make a detour. So basically, I wanted us to help with the psyche, not only for adults, but for children, because it seemed like it was very important. A lot of these issues that we are having today is because the person's mental state has not been evaluated and addressed. And I felt it was important for us to have that facility available for our people.
Okay.
But Africans don't believe in seeing a therapist unless it goes really bad, unless the person rips their clothes off and they're on the street. But growing up, there was this man in our neighborhood. He was called Mr. White. Very intelligent man. Anytime people will say when there's a full moon, he'll have an episode. But we got to know that, no, it wasn't that. He had bipolar disorder.
Okay.
And Dr. Lamte eventually came. It was quite dramatic. The day they came for him, they took him in, they treated him, and he was okay. I also remember there was this man in our neighborhood. He was called Kwame Bonamfo. Everybody in the neighborhood, if you grew up in Jolu, you would know Kwame Bonamfo. He went to the hospital and he was better. Today, I hear Kwame Bonamfo is in Germany. Obviously, he's not called Kwame Bonamfo any longer.
Yeah.
But he lives in Germany. He's doing well. And I felt like, so there's actually a cure for this state. Why haven't we done more of such instead of attributing it to spiritual and other, sources?
So what you have a center facility.
A facility.
A structure, like a building, like a house.
Yes.
Where patients are brought in. Okay,
so what we do is every patient has specific needs.
Okay.
So we collaborate with the special therapists.
Okay.
So there are people who come in with bipolar disorder, they have schizophrenia, or they're having some kind of manic episode, or somebody is going through postpartum depression. So all these different cases will require different, expertise.
Right.
So what we do is we collaborate with these people with expertise, and then we send them for treatment.
Okay.
But most of the time, they don't see it through. They're like, "Membodam."
Yeah.
So why do you want me to go? And that is why we call it a Serenity Center.
Okay.
When people say, they're like, "Is it a spa? Is it?" I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "No, I mean, we take care of your mental state."
Right.
So we collaborate with various doctors all across the world. Anytime there's a new psychiatrist, there's a new clinical psychologist, there's a therapist, we enlist them, and then we call them. If you need help, we just send them to you.
To you. Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing. But then people bring what do you use, patient or clients? Or what
Anything, BBIB, okay.
Yeah, okay. They bring them to you at the center.
Yes.
And then
we analyze them,
okay,
and then recommend a facility for them. And we're doing that with Professor Dankwa.
Okay.
He has a very huge facility where he has so many clinicians and different experts there. I also did my rotation with Dr. Lamte as well. I mean, so anytime we have cases, because some of these cases need medications, and we do not administer medications to just anybody. I mean, so we have to make sure that we follow the path and the proper procedure to do that.
Impressive. I'm just wondering the number of people watching it, like, everybody think all you do is tell it moms.
I know, right?
They think all
that's
that's where you get your money from. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then I have to go for a break, but let's talk quickly about the Energem.
Yeah.
That's one you run with your husband, I believe. Yes, because I saw the co-executive. The boss man is involved. You know, what do you do with that?
It's an oil and gas entity.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the oil and gas.
Yes.
And then
Yes, we do logistics as well.
Okay.
So, I mean, from upstream, downstream, anything that has to do with resources.
You are busy, girl.
We try to be like you. I want to be like you.
Oh, Jai. This one you're way ahead of. You are busy.
I have to be like you. Yeah.
How do you keep it all together? And so look this fabulous.
I think it's grace. So I don't do anything. It's just by grace of God.
Because you're running the Serenity Center. You're working together with your husband.
Which is not easy at all. They cheat you a lot when you're working with them, you know? So, yeah, that's alone is a task by itself.
You're always opening your eyes to see things.
It's a real task because, you see, when you're working, they say, never work with family, never work with friends, never work. I mean, but sometimes you have to work with the people that you trust the most.
Yes, yes.
And so, yeah, it's because there are certain days you forget you're in the office.
Okay.
And you want to say something that you're supposed to say in the room. And then it just comes out and you're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for doing that. You know, yeah. So, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Wow. Let me take another break while we say thank you to our supporters. Got Yogurt Juice Time, Away Purified Mineral Water, and of course, Royal Drinks by Casa Preco Company. We are also supported by Live Strong with Iron. Listen, as a human being, yes, you need iron. Iron deficiency is causing a lot of harm to us as a people. Most of us, we wake up very tired sometimes. We wake up with headaches and, you know, sometimes even children, they are in the classroom and they can't learn and everybody thinks they are lazy and they are daft and they are dumb and all sorts of words. But sometimes it could be iron deficiency. So please make sure that you feed your children, your family on iron-rich, iron-fortified foods, the contomere, all the dark green, you know, leaves that we need to, the ademe and all those things. They are so, even cassava leaves, some people eat cassava leaves. It's so important that we do that. The agushi, the fish, even red meat has iron. And then when you're going to buy spices and then oil or whatever it is you need to cook, make sure you choose the ones that has iron fortified rating on it. It's so important because the extreme end of iron deficiency is anemia. And you know what anemia can cause. So please, whatever you do, live strong with iron. We'll be back. Welcome back to The Standpoint. Amazing. I mean, I keep saying amazing. Yes, I'm amazed, from the stories I'm hearing from Shaida. And the song is still ringing. I'm sure it's ringing in your ears as well. Shaida, Shaida. They're amazing. What's your nickname for her?
Mama Jaga.
Mama Jaga.
Mama, please. I hope. Mommy, don't get upset. You know I love you, so. Mama Jaga. She's the hard Mama Jaga. Mama Mendoza.
Obenyao. Mommy, this one I don't know anything about it at all. And then we woke up one day and everybody's talking about child moms.
Oh my goodness.
How did it come about? And all the controversies.
So,
first of all, do you regret setting it up, child moms?
Should I be honest?
Yeah, be honest.
Mostly no, but sometimes I wonder how my life would be if it wasn't in existence. It would be simpler, but then I wouldn't make the impact that I have made today. Exactly. Tell It Mom it actually started like a joke. I was pregnant with my son and I needed information about where I could have my baby, the best gynecologist and all that. And
I know you've been talking about it.
Yeah.
You were married for how long before you had a child?
2 years.
You married for 2 years,
yeah.
Okay.
And I had a lot of things, a lot of questions. And so I had nice, beautiful young friends who, yes, my mom was there. She had her own point of view about issues, but I also wanted to find out about those who were giving birth in the 2000s.
Right.
In the 2000s.
Right.
And so we created a WhatsApp group.
The millennial moms.
We created a WhatsApp group. It was an exciting clique of women, very intellectually stimulating conversations. But Charlie, the thing started with moms discussion, breastfeeding, C-section, vaginal birth, water birth, what have you. And then it quickly moved into, I'm getting a divorce, my husband is cheating, because we're so close and connected at a point, everybody was just opening up. And I just realized women just needed a place to vent. They just needed a place to just open up, but still feel safe.
Right.
So this thing started with just a handful of friends. Their friends invited their friends. Their friends invited their friends. And then this whole thing, it was just too big for WhatsApp. And then we had to go onto Facebook. Now, that's where all the drama began. So we went on Facebook, and then the real fascinating stories started showing its rear head. From the controversies, to the happy moments, to the testimonies, to, relationships, breaking apart relationships, getting better, the controversies about somebody chopping somebody's money, a whole lot of things, Yeah, so basically the long and short of it is we just wanted a place to go talk.
But do you think it's gotten out of hand now? Because now we've had issues of people finding out that their husband is dating somebody on the same platform, people screenshot it, because it was supposed to be a close community. Now, people are screenshotting and circulating, other people going to, snitch on others. Sometimes it's anonymous, but sometimes you read and you can tell, if you know the person very, you can tell that this is the person, and then they go and snitch on the person, go and tell the person's husband, and it becomes all kind of messy. Some people are very mean responses to other people's posts and everything. Do you think, as admins, you've lost control?
In as much as we can build some kind of fantasy about what reality is, the truth always remains the truth. Now, the fact is, you have misunderstandings with your sisters. People have had friendships with people for years, and eventually they have maybe a blowout. I mean, recently we had an incident on social media. They are not members of Tell It Moms, but it's literally all over the place. My mom has this thing where she says, as long as two people are coexisting, there's always a misunderstanding, but you need to be matured enough to control and manage the situation. These things are expected. And I know you deal a lot with a lot of, women, people who are entrepreneurs, people who are having marital issues. They come to you. Some of them don't necessarily start from social media, but it ends up on social media anyway. So where you have people congregating in a space, the possibility of having such incidents is pretty high. And I think it's about time we need to accept that this is the reality of life, of existing, of coexisting with other people. But let's also look at the positive side, because in as much as you have people snitching and people calling people out and all that, we also have made a lot of impact. We've built a lot of connections. We've established and empowered a lot of women. And you look at that side and you look at the bad side and you compare and you're like, I'd rather focus on the positive than on the negative. The platform was not created to make everybody follow a certain path. I always say that people go to church not because they are saints or angels. It's because there's something wrong and they need help, or they need to connect with God. And we need to accept everybody with their baggages. Because, no matter who you are, I know I've had, even before Tell It Moms, I had misunderstandings with my girlfriends. Today is more of our world today is more of a social media kind of world. And that is why a lot of people feel more comfortable sharing on social media. And they share everything. They share literally everything.
You miss person put this one on social media, but then, that's our life today. Social media is our life today. And it's heartbreaking when we see some of these negative things about women, but it's also an eye-opener. To me, I see it as education. We're making an impact. We've built schools. We've built, facilities. We've set Tell
up...
It Moms.
Yes. We've set up businesses for people. We've been able to pay for people's hospital bills. And it's all been team effort. Team effort. When I think about those things, all these other things just fizzle out. It's not as important. And those who know me, and that's okay. Those who know me. But those who don't know me and are ignorant and basically express themselves based on another person's opinion, I think it's shameful. Get to know somebody before you go attacking them about issues that you have no idea of.
It's the same with Tell It All.
Oh my God, Tell It All is worse. Me as an administrator, I don't even like to post on Tell It All because I think they are mean. Ghanaian people are angry. Don't go and put yourself on Tell It All if you do not have a thick skin. Because they will dress you from the tip of your hair to the fingernails.
And they will dig out people. You
It's
go and post and they'll
serious,
go and bring your picture and everything, your family picture.
Almost in CID way in Crawford. They are so serious. Tell It All. At a point, I was like, I want to sell the platform. Who wants to buy? Everybody was like, "So Tell It All in Crawford way ya." Didn't say. But you see, the silver lining is how many people you're able to help.
What is the next big picture for Shaida, Buhari, Nubi?
Oh my goodness.
So Nubi is your husband's name?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Nubi is my husband's name.
He's not a Ghanaian?
No, he's not.
Okay.
He's not.
Okay, we won't focus on him. We are focusing on you.
So I really want us to grow as a people. And I want us to just tear the pots by saying, I'm standing for president.
Hallelujah.
No, but I'm not. I'm not, please. I'm just hoping that we can get to a point where, as women, we are kinder to each other. We are more helpful. We are helpful. We're supportive. We don't go around saying women are their own worst enemy. I really hate that statement.
So do
I don't like it at all. I want us to get to a point, whatever structures, whatever facilities, whatever we're supposed to do as a team, I want us to get to a point where we can easily just come together. Because a lot of these women that are out there being victimized by men, we could help them. They don't have to open their legs to get what they want.
Right.
If they have a big sister or a mommy where they can go to for help, they would rather go there.
Right.
And they'll be assured that somebody helped me without me opening my legs. But today, all these men, are taking advantage of young women because, they're desperate.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's the best approach. But some of these women don't know any better. Now, today, you can come to me and say, oh, Babi Nubi, you need help, help finance my business. I could help 10 women. Mommy can also help 10 women. You too, you can help 10 women.
Yeah.
If we all do a little for our society, those 10 women that we've helped, even if 10 of them don't help other women, it will continue. That path of supporting each other will continue. Let's learn to support each other instead of hating each other. Because imagine what we can do if we join forces. The power and success that we can have in various areas. So imagine what we can achieve with that. We will rule the world.
We will rule the world. And girl, you are ruling the world in your own way. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank
I'm very,
you.
very proud of you.
you.
And thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you for having
I
me.
believe that a lot of Ghanaians will get to know you better from this interview.
I hope so.
I believe that people around the world, I don't know if you've shared this part of you on any program, but then for me, this is the first time that I'm hearing about the real Barbie Nubi.
Yes, you have a way of bringing that out.
Because I'm your mama.
I know, right?
Thanks so much for sharing.
Thank you for having me.
I'm sure we'll do this again sometime
I
soon.
can't wait. I can't
sometime
wait.
soon. When the coronavirus, and then we'll visit the facilities and everything,
Yes.
I'm so impressed with the Serenity Center.
Oh,
So impressed.
we can connect. In case you have anybody who needs
Yeah,
help.
we do that. It's so important. Anyway, I'll be back with a bit of me. Women are their own enemies. How I hate to hear that statement. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. But I don't blame those who say it. Because sometimes we seem as if we enjoy pulling each other down. But we don't have to. I say it happens like that because it is a societal socialization. We are made to feel that once you're a woman, you can be like the other woman or you can be better than that other woman. Truth is, we are all different. We are made, created, born, socialized, raised, body made, totally different. And so the best thing we can do is to support each other and to help each other and to be there for each other. Sometimes you just wonder why a woman who is just like you, has everything that you have, can do certain things to you. It doesn't make sense to you. And I get worried when I hear people say that, oh, as for me, I don't have female friends. I have only male friends. No, girl, you need your tribe of women. Because no one can understand you better than a fellow woman. So we have to keep trying. We have to keep talking. We have to keep encouraging. We have to keep inspiring, motivating. To let women know that we are special. We are unique in our own ways. And we are better off if we can stand together and build together instead of fighting against each other. Being used against each other. from the church to the home to politics to whatever. Women are being used against each other, and it is wrong, and we must wake up and open our eyes. We must open our eyes to the truth. And the truth is that together we are such a formidable force. If women can open their eyes and support each other, this world will be a better place for all of us. It is for the benefit of even men. If women can work together, the things we can achieve. So, dear woman, the next woman sitting by you is not your worst enemy. No, she's not. She is your potentially best ally. If only we can learn to work together and support each other. That woman is a human being. So yes, she can be evil. If you've read my book, 50 Nuggets at 50, one of the nuggets, I write that evil has no gender. Evil has absolutely no gender. It can be a man, it can be a woman. The person is being evil to you not because she's a woman, but because she's a human being and she's evil. That man is being evil because he's a man and he's a human being. Together, we build. Ladies, in this month of delivery, September, let us deliver. Let's deliver on our words. Let's deliver to show the world that yes, we were created uniquely to be helpmate, to help this world. And therefore, we have a space to fill. We have authority to rule, to lead, to direct, to love, to help, to support. I repeat, the woman sitting next to you is not your worst enemy. She can be your best ally. She can be your best ally. I remain the woman with super crazy faith in God, but I know God has given us wisdom. Let's apply it. God has given us wisdom. Let's apply it. Grab a copy of my book, 50 Nuggets at 50. I've written a lot about this, especially even in the Garden of Eden, why the serpent went to Eve first and not Adam. That's my story, and I stick to it. Thanks for watching. See you same time next week. Bye for now.